Welcome to the UCL Fantasy. Matchday 6 is so near, so today I'm going to talk about cheap strategy for Matchday 6, which is most likely to use wildcard or limitless card, which options is better, and of course we will have team selection for Matchday 6. But before starting any team selection, please subscribe the channel and like this video because it represents single click for you, but it's very important for me. Before we starting any team selection, I want to describe every group and what's happening before match day 6 and what situation we have got before 6 fixture. So let's take a moment and see groups. It's group A. Let's start with group A, of course. Here is only one thing decide already because Bayern is already qualified in the Champions League knockout stage, while another three teams, Copenhagen, Galatasaray, and Manchester United, have opportunity to qualify. For Manchester United, it's harder than Galatasaray and Copenhagen because United needs to beat Bayern at home, while Copenhagen and Galatasaray must play draw. In Copenhagen and Galatasaray situations, they have only option win the match against each other, and they will be in the knockout stage. We will have opportunity to use that situation and try to pick the players which suit best and take best points for us. Let's take and see group B. Here is already everything decided because Arsenal and PSV will play in the Champions League knockout stage, while Lens and Sevilla will play match and decide who will perform in Europa League, because Sevilla needs only win against Lens in away game, while PSV and Arsenal have no interest to win match, and I think Arsenal will be rotations, many rotations, because fixtures are too hard and Boxing Day is coming soon. So I think everyone needs to avoid injury cases. I think leaders just like Saka, Odegaard, maybe Martinelli too, or Rice, they will be rest and they will be benched. And I don't want to be risky, and I will not pick players from Arsenal. I think in the sixth fixture. Group C, where Real Madrid is already qualified, and Napoli and Braga have opportunity to qualify too. Napoli is playing at home against Braga in the sixth fixture, and Braga needs to win handicap in order to qualify, which will be hard. We all know Napoli's defense is so terrible and weak. Maybe Alex Meret is not in good shape, of course, but I think it will be too hard for Braga to beat Napoli handicap in away game at Maradona. We will have to take this opportunity and pick the best players from Napoli, I think. Group D, where everything is interest because Real Sociedad surprised us, of course, and they take first place before match day 6, while Inter Milan needs to win match against Real Sociedad in order to take first place, and I think we will must use it. Inter Milan, if Inter Milan takes first place, they will avoid teams like Bayern, Real Madrid, Barcelona, and it's benefit, of course, and it's a chance to avoid PSG, of course, because if PSG beats Dortmund in away game, they will take first place easily, and if Inter takes first place, they will avoid Paris Saint-Germain, of course. Inter is a good team. I think they are better than the runner-up Inter, which was in recent year. I think Inter, we will have opportunity to take Inter Milan players. I think they are a little bit favorites against Real Sociedad at home at Giuseppe Meazza, while Salzburg is against Benfica, and Benfica has opportunity to play in Europa League, but chances are so low because they lost against Salzburg first match, and I don't think Benfica is a team which likes to play in Europa League, and I think Salzburg will not lose match against Benfica. so it will be easy for them to qualify in Europa League. Next, Group E, which is interesting, of course. Maybe everything is decided because Feyenoord will play in Europa League. Celtic will be out, of course. Lazio and Atletico Madrid will play each other and decide who will be the first place holder in Group E. Atletico is playing at home, while Lazio needs only win in order to qualify from the first place. Atletico at home is we're danger team, and we will have to take this opportunity and pick the players which will be better. I think we will have some picks while team selection from Atletico, and I think they will take first place and they will beat Lazio. It's my prediction. It's not sure, but it's my prediction, so you can follow me, you can argue with that, but it's for only me. Okay, Group F. Group F, group of death, and while fifth round we have Dortmund first place, and here is only decides that Dortmund will play in knockout stage, but we don't know from which place, first place or from second place, because if PSG beats Dortmund in away game, they will take first place, and we will have to teams PSG and Dortmund from Group F. But there are many options here and many scenarios. While Milan has only one opportunity, they must beat Newcastle in away game, while Dortmund must beat PSG, and if that happens, chances are too low. We all know Dortmund has motivation not to lose much against PSG, because in that case they will avoid teams like Manchester City, Real Madrid, Barcelona, probably Inter Milan, and why not? Why not? They must take motivation and must not lose much against PSG. If Newcastle wins over Milan and PSG draws or loses against Dortmund, Newcastle will be in the knockout stage with Dortmund, and PSG will be out. Surprisingly, but PSG, we all know, is not the best team in the world right now. Maybe they are favorites because they have Kylian Mbappe, nothing more, because the performance is not best. Uh, I don't think this PSG is danger, and I think they will be out easily if they play against Bayern against Manchester City. They will be less favorites, and I think this team is not good enough to win Champions League, and maybe Dortmund will make us sure that this team is not good enough to either qualify in the knockout stage. We will see it. We will see it, of course. Next one is Group G. Where Manchester City and Leipzig are already qualified in the knockout stage, while Young Boys will play in Europa League. Manchester City has hard calendar in Premier League, and in recent matches they did not lose, they did not win against Chelsea. They lost match against Aston Villa at Villa Park. They lost match against Arsenal. They did not win against Liverpool. They only beat Manchester United, which is no surprise. Of course, because United is worst team, and if we take that moment, I think against Crvena Zvezda there must be rotations, and I think the leaders, just like Holland, will rest, and there will be many rotations, and I will explain this while team selection moment. But if we take Leipzig and the Young Boys, everything is decided between these two teams, and I think there will be rotations. But Leipzig has not deep lineup, so deep squad, so I think many things will not be changed, and we can take one or two players from Leipzig for match day 6. Okay, last group H, where Barcelona finally is through to knockout stage, while Porto and Shakhtar has opportunity to take second place. Shakhtar needs only win against Porto in away game, but Porto needs some win or draw to play from second place in the knockout stage, while Antwerp has no motivation to play because they are playing against Barcelona. Maybe this is one motivation only. They are playing against Barcelona at home, and I don't think Antwerpen will manage to win this match either. So let's take a moment and start team selection from goalkeepers. I just explained what's happening before match day 6 in the group stages, what situation we have got. Now I want to talk about chip strategy. What can we do for match day 6? Which card is right to use? Okay. If we have limitless card, I don't think I would use limitless card, or to be honest, I would not use any chip if I have not many injury players, or I have not players which will be under rotation. So if that situation does not happening, please don't use any chip, because after the group stage we will have a free wildcard. I mean, we will have unlimited transfers for knockout stage, and after the draw we will have team selection, free transfers, and some kind of little bit money, maybe 5 million will be added to our budget. And I think we will have opportunity not to cost wildcard for match day 6. But if you have hard situation, many injury players, many players which will be under rotation, and your team contains many players just like this, we must use limitless or wildcard. But it's depending on your budget, and it's depending which players do you want to take. For today, I will try to use budget players and not to use limitless card, not to force you to use limitless card, because I would not play with limitless. If I had the opportunity, I would take wildcard maybe, but in that case, I should have injury players or the players which will be under rotation. I repeat. So let's start in team selection. Let's start team selection, and I'll show you which players will be best to use from my point. Okay, for goalkeepers, I think it will be good to use Jan Sommer from Inter Milan and Iñaki Peña from Barcelona. First choice is Jan Sommer from Tuesday match, because Inter Milan is against Real Sociedad, just like I have mentioned. Inter Milan needs to win match against Real Sociedad in order to qualify from the first place. So in that situation, they must not concede goal. I know, we all know, in defense Inter has problems because there are many injury cases. Dumfries will be out, the Rai will be out, Power will be out, but other players are performing very well. They played Udinese against Udinese yesterday, and defense was solid enough. And I think from Tuesday game, Jan Sommer is the best option within goalkeepers to choose. Next one is Iñaki Peña from Barcelona. Ter Stegen will be out, and I think there will be rotations in Barcelona, of course, because they have match against Girona today, and Girona is in the first place. I think squad needs to be rotation needs some rotation, because fixtures will be so hard, and Iñaki Peña has guaranteed starting lineup, because Ter Stegen will be out for the next 3 months, and Iñaki Peña is the best option from Wednesday games to use, because Barcelona is against Antwerpen, and the Antwerpen is not the best scoring team in the Champions League. So I will take this opportunity to and advise you Peña from Wednesday games as a goalkeeper, and his price is 4 million only, and the budget he is a budget goalkeeper, very cheap, of course. So let's take a moment and see our defense. If we see our defense, first choice is Rico Lewis. I have mentioned that Manchester City is already qualified for the knockout stage, and from the first place, of course. And there will be rotations in Manchester City, and Rico Lewis is the best option for under the rotation for Pep Guardiola, I think. Rico Lewis has played every match in the Champions League, and some of them he was very good. He has in overall 25 points, which is not bad for this value of player. Price is 4.8 million, and I think Rico Lewis will play against Zvezda, of course. course. And I suggest you to pick this player because sometimes he's playing in center, and he has opportunity to take assist, or he has opportunity to score goals against Crvena Zvezda, of course. Next one is Di Marco from Inter Milan. Just like I talked about Jan Sommer, and I explained why I pick Jan Sommer. I have same reason and same motivation while why I picked Di Marco from Inter Milan. Just like I said, there is no time to rotation in Inter squad because Inter has right to win this match, and in defense, it's many injury cases. I think Dimarco will play, and he will not be under rotation because Inter needs to win, and Dimarco is very good. He scored goal against Udinese yesterday, and in attack we'll know how dangerous he is, and I suggest to pick him. Next one is Di Lorenzo from Napoli. Nothing Napoli is decided yet. They must not lose much at home against Braga handicap, and I think Di Lorenzo is best defender in while Napoli's defensive line, in order that Napoli is very weak at defense. I think it's probability is high to concede goal against Braga even, but Di Lorenzo is very good at attacking, and his ball recoveries are so good. He took overly 28 points, which is not bad, and his performance is not bad at home, of course. So I suggest you to pick that player. Next one is Molina from Atletico Madrid, which is surprised and which is transforming under Diego Simeone. He has 26 points and stability. He takes 6 points in the match. I think Molina is good, and he has 3 assists in the Champions League. For defender, it's very high and very good result. He has 14 ball recoveries, not bad, but not the best. We all know, but after we all know Lazio will have to attack. There is no option for them, and I think in counter attack and in defense, even in defense, Joel Molina will be better. Hummels from Borussia Dortmund. I was between Hummels and I was between Pepe from Porto because both teams need not to lose much against their opponent. Hummels has better opponent, PSG, while Porto is playing against Shakhtar. But I think Hummels will be better to take because in this campaign he is one of the best. Watch his points and watch ball recoveries. 47 ball recoveries, only 1 yellow card, only 3 goals conceded. And Hummels is very solid this year, and with his experience, I think he will try to stop PSG attacks. Like he will have to play against Mbappe, he will have to play against Kolo Muani, so ball recoveries must be too many. Okay, let's take a moment and fill our midfield line. That's our midfield line, which is starting with Jude Bellingham from Real Madrid. We all know Real Madrid is already qualified, but I think Jude Bellingham will play because Real Madrid has many injury cases, and Carlo Ancelotti trying to make some rest to Toni Kroos. I think Luka Modric will play, of course, in that match, and this will be good for Real Madrid. But I think Jude Bellingham will not benched, and I expect more points from Jude. He's the best player I think right now. He took 46 points overly, and look at him, free man of the match award. So good, and I don't want to miss the opportunity to pick that player. Next one is Khvicha Kvaratskhelia from Napoli. I have mentioned already twice that Napoli must not lose much against Braga, and I think in counter attack Kvaratskhelia is very effective. He has not better season. His recent season was better, of course, but I think Kvaratskhelia under Walter Mazzari will be more deadly, and I suggest you to play that player because in counter attack he's very quick, and I think he will assist at least in that match against Braga. Next one is Çalhanoğlu from Inter Milan, who has the maybe best shape right now between my midfield, because Hakan scored against Udinese, Hakan scored against Napoli. He takes penalties, and I think against Real Sociedad he will be too danger. And I think Hakan under the price 7.1 million is very good option, and I suggest you to pick. Next one is Xavi Simons from Leipzig. Just like I have mentioned, Leipzig has not depth squad, so deep squad. So Xavi Simons will play and will perform well. I think Phil Foden is next. Next, we all know how unpredictable is Pep Guardiola, and I think Jeremy Doku, while Jeremy Doku is injured, Phil Foden have opportunity to play, and we all know it's hard. It's hard to pick. That pick is very risky. But I don't want to pick any Arsenal player. I don't want to pick Leroy Sané this time, because Sané has lost and failed my faith for many times, and I will be a little bit risky, and I'll take Phil Foden, and I suggest you to pick Phil Foden in your team. Next will be my forward. Let's see who I pick. Three players will be my forwards for matchday 6. It's Harry Kane, Alvaro Morata, and Julian Alvarez. So let's start with Harry Kane. Bayern lost match, surprisingly 5-1 defeat against Frankfurt in away game in Bundesliga, while Manchester United lost match against Bournemouth at home 0-3, which was disaster to watch. To be honest, I could not watch it, because United is not the best team, and United is terrible team. I will say. Harry Kane, I think Bayern will be so angry, and Tuchel, of course, is not keen to lose 5-1. So I think Bayern will play without rotation, because they want, it's a matter of principle, because I think Harry Kane and Bayern will try to bury Manchester United at home, and I think Harry Kane and Bayern will manage to win in a away game against Manchester. So it's my prediction. It's not sure, of course, and I suggest you to take Harry Kane, and I think he will be captain for the matchday 1 on Tuesday. On Tuesday, not matchday 1. Sorry, matchday 6 on Tuesday games. I think Harry Kane will be my captain. Next one is Alvaro Morata from Atletico Madrid. Just like I have mentioned, Morata is good player, and he's cheaper than Griezmann. At home, Morata performs very well. Look at his points. At home, he took 12 points against Feyenoord, and he took 11 points against Celtic. In away games, he was not danger enough, but at home games, Morata performs well, and against Lazio, I will say that Atletico Madrid will play as counter attack, and on counter attack Morata is very danger, just like Griezmann, and he will have opportunities, and I think he will realize one at least, and I bet he scores. This time he has scored 5 goals in Champions League, which is not bad for 5 fixtures. Next one will be Julian Alvarez from Manchester City. I think Holland will be rest, and before De Bruyne returns, I think Julian Alvarez will play well, because he will not have many opportunities after De Bruyne. So Julian Alvarez will be my pick from Manchester City. Maybe it's a little bit risky, because I don't want Holland this time, because Holland must be rest, and Holland is not in best shape. We all know either Alvarez is not best shape, but I think Julian Alvarez will be picked as the striker, and I think it's good to have Julian Alvarez for best day games. So those are my teams. We have one good news for you. Manchester City on Wednesday is playing early game. So if we bench Rico Lewis, Julian Alvarez, and Phil Foden, and we'll see that they are not in a starting lineup, we will not substitutes them. So it's not problem if we miss these players. Of course, it's better to have many options from the bench, because if someone fails from Tuesday, you want to replace him from Wednesday players. But I think if Rico Lewis will play, I think I'm sure that Phil Foden will play, of course, and I'm 90% sure that Holland will not play against Crvena Zvezda. So this team will be final if not any injury cases, because today City is playing again, and we'll see. And if not any more injury case, I think this team will be solid. And so look at its price. It's within 100 million. So I think wildcard will be enough to use, not limitless card, not waste limitless card. I suggest again not to waste any of them, not limitless card, not wildcard. But if you have injury cases, if you have players which will be under rotation, of course, which will be if you have players which are disqualification, please use card and not waste opportunity to take points and grab points in a bag. So this is my team. 8 players from 15 players are playing on Tuesday, which is good enough, and 7 players will be from Wednesday game, and we will see what this is good balance, which is important, of course, for us. And so this team is final. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe the channel and like this video, because it's final team. I will not make any team for limitless and for wildcard separately. It will be only one presentation for Matchday 6. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe the channel, like this video. See you later. Good luck for Matchday 6.